You are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. At BeTerrific TV on all social media. Connect at BeTerrific.com on email. And of course, you're not going to want to forget to join our Slack chat, BeTerrific.com/Slack. I'm Michael Artsis. You're the Terrifics. This is a special edition of the Michael Artsis Show on BeTerrific from Brooklyn, New York. What? Yeah, we're in Brooklyn. We're doing it like that. We left Secaucus. We came to Brooklyn. Next week I'm in Vegas, and then I'm back in New York at the Javits Center. We got like wall-to-wall live event coverage. It's unbelievable. All right, you make BeTerrific special, and we're here at Get Geeked. This is a special edition of the Michael Artsis Show. I've got Mitch here from Grain Audio, and you know, there are a lot of companies who do audio stuff, but you guys do it very differently. And part of the reason is because it's beautiful.
Yeah, part of the reason is it's beautiful, and another part is that we're really, really focused on the reproduction of the sound. Dave Burke, who's my business partner, and I, we started this company along with a couple other partners about 4 years ago with the idea that speakers are made for listening to music. And I know that that sounds fairly obvious, but in a world where there's become over-featuring of products, and some have light shows and some have, you know, battery charging and all these sort of things, the core intent of the product got lost. And for us, it was all about the music. We're all big music fans, and we all love design.
What kind of music you like?
I'm across the board. I listen to a lot of jam band music. I spent a lot of years following the Dead around and Fish.
You followed the Dead around?
Well, you know, I was
not the Jerry Garcia years. You're too young for that.
Oh no, I'm
really?
older than you think. Yeah, but I appreciate the compliment.
All right. I remember when I remember the day Jerry died. I was at the Grand Canyon.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That was pretty amazing.
I was working in Washington D.C. I'll actually never forget the day my girlfriend at the time, wife now, called me and shared the bad news.
Yeah, that must have been really sad for you.
It was tough.
Yeah,
it was tough.
I always love. What's the song where they go Deadhead sticker on a Cadillac?
The Don Henley Boys of Summer, right?
Don Henley Boys of Summer. I don't know why. I just love that line.
Oh, he's right. It always strikes a chord, right?
Well, it also is so. It's so like it's such a juxtaposition. You know, well, even today, Cadillac's a pretty prestigious brand.
Yep.
And so it's like, you know.
Well, it's always a funny thing, right? Because I have our buddies that we used to go and see tons of Dead shows with, tons of Fish shows with, and you know, now, like, I've realized they can speak in full sentences, and you know, they actually drive cars and have jobs, and so there are lots of Deadhead stickers.
Right. But they didn't. But you didn't know that back then.
No. At the time, it was a lot of, you know, fist pumping or thumbs up and walking around and, you know, listening to the band.
I'm a big hard rock guy. I also love jazz.
Oh, nice.
But I love everything. Right. I really do.
Well, and so that's the point, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I love. It doesn't matter what you love. I mean, it's all about a love of music, and that's what we try to do. I mean, we design all of our speakers to have what's called a flat sound, and that just means it's true to recording. So if you're a big jazz fan, if you're a big, you know, I mean, if you love K-pop, it's going to sound good. The point is to get the best sound out of the music you love and not tune a speaker specific to a genre of music.
You know, I walked by you guys before you were playing some music. This is a big, loud room.
Yeah.
It's a tin box.
Yep.
It's not exactly the right room to listen to speakers, right? I was still really impressed by your speakers.
Well, thanks. I mean, it takes a lot. It's a lot of care. I mean, everything that we do, we design from the ground up. So Dave Burke, again, our engineer, you know, he designed the speakers to work in this portable Bluetooth speaker. He designed
it's not a lot of Bluetooth speakers, right?
Sure.
It's not easy to just make a Bluetooth speaker and make it sound good. You actually have to do something to design it. Is that? I mean,
you know, there's
and Bluetooth's not easy to work with either, is it?
Bluetooth's not easy to work with, but what we're trying to do is get the best possible result
out of
with
Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth.
I mean, nobody's going to pretend that this is the best speaker in the world. They're just going to say this might be the best Bluetooth speaker.
That's right.
So you're trying to get the best sound out of the Bluetooth and out of the speaker, and make it still portable, and yet make it
That's right.
functional.
I mean, you know, what we want to do is give the best possible output for the ways that people are listening to music.
I like this
right?
idea. Yeah.
You know, it's like, people aren't going to change listening to MP3s and digital music, but that doesn't mean they need to sacrifice quality, right?
Sure.
So that's what it's all about for us. How do we make those sound files sound the best that they can be? Because while they're compressed files, not the best, you know, they're not CD quality, it doesn't mean that there's not a lot of data in there and a lot of depth in the audio,
Sure.
and we're trying to get that out. And we do things like we use something called Waves Max Audio.
I love how you talk about CD quality, because really, like, CD quality, everybody used to say was terrible.
Right. Well, right, but it's, you know, that, and I mean, you know, personally, I love the resurgence of vinyl, right? It's such a cool thing, right? We're making music social
So does that
again.
guy over there, Adam. He's
yeah.
He's got the turntable. I don't got the patience for that.
Right.
You know, last time I did that, I was in a broadcasting school, and they were like, let's teach you how to cue a record. I'm like, F off, please. Leave me alone. I did it,
See,
you know, it's hard.
It brings back old memories, you know.
But queuing it is like really hard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to get especially Stairway in the exact right spot, and then you got to talk it up, and then you got to cue up the next one while you're talking that one up. It's like it's
it's a little more deafness.
You got to hit the post.
Right, yeah. Oh,
yep.
dude, yeah.
WGBB. We'll be back right after this great song. And you have to learn like that. Like I might be stretching just by going. From the Beach Boys. I mean, there's no reason to talk like that. It's because I'm going to miss the post if I don't talk like that.
Right, well, there you go, exactly.
I didn't time it well enough. Right. And I'm like, that's why Cousin Brucey would be like, hey, cuz.
Right, yeah, right.
Because he's trying to hit
you
the
don't
post.
actually talk like that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I've talked to him on the phone. I've interviewed him. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I was in LL Cool J's red Chevy Suburban once. Bulletproof, like the whole deal. It was pretty cool. And it had a DAT player because they wanted the best quality sound in a record player in a truck.
Right, well, I mean, and that's what it comes down to. It's like getting the best quality sound, and like what we've gotten a lot of feedback from is like, I have a bunch of young nieces and nephews who are in their like early 20s, right? And they've listened to a lot of music, and they've discovered a lot of music like by listening to the speakers on their computer.
Sure.
And I'm like, all right, and it pains me, but it's like, okay, that's what you're doing, but now compare the two, or try these headphones instead of the headphones that you're using. Like, oh, I've never heard that part of the song before. That's really cool, right? And that's that like connection that you're going to get with the music when you're playing something through.
And that's why until they heard your stuff, they thought Hanson was the best band and Bop was the best song.
Well, I mean, don't undersell Hanson. They did play with Bob Weir.
Okay, their second choice is Who Let the Dogs Out.
There you go, right?
Kidding.
Exactly.
All right, so now you move on to headphones.
Yep.
And so you've got great big sound out of here, nice bass, I imagine.
Yes.
Good highs, good mids, good lows. How do you do that?
Totally balanced out.
Because how do you fit all that in here?
Okay,
in a small
there's a couple things. I want to put this down for a second. There's a couple things. There are two full range drivers on the front of this. There's also a passive radiator on the back, which really what that does is it moves air back and forth so that we can ensure that we're getting a really broad low end.
Greg put the passive radiator on the Camaro. He did, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, he gets about 10 more horsepower.
There you go. There you go. And so, but that's it. And we also use some digital signal processing in here, which ensures that we're getting the balance.
What does that mean? Everybody says that. It sounds like, honestly, it sounds like I'm going to put the, remember in the 70s? And now I know you can remember this. Right. Remember in the 70s they go, oh, well, thanks for buying this Buick here. We got the rust coat protection for your undercarriage. That's going to cost you another $500, son. But I'm telling you, that's the best stuff we got, and your car's not going to rust. Right. And then you pay them for it, and they throw some water and shampoo on it, and nothing, and then your car's rusted out.
So what a digital signal processor is like, it's coming in, the data's coming in over the air via Bluetooth, and we're taking it and rejiggering it a little bit so that we ensure that the equilibrium of the sound is right. Sure. And so we actually work with a company called Waves, and there's a tool in here called Max Audio, and it's the same algorithms and same tuning that they use in soundboards in recording studios. So again, it's that effort to achieve that balanced and flat sound that you're getting more like a studio monitor approach.
Sure. Did you see Sound City, the documentary?
I sure did.
Did you love that documentary?
So cool.
That was me.
Cool.
How about Dave Grohl?
Oh, I mean, and what a cool thing that like he has that much respect for what came before him and the history of music, and to get that board.
To get that board and to put it back together.
I mean,
and then he puts that board in his place and lets other musicians work on it now too, not just himself.
Yeah.
He didn't just buy it for himself. It's amazing.
And the recent album, and going to New Orleans and recording with Preservation Hall, and all this stuff. It was like going around and finding like the most amazing like musical icons that he could like. The knowledge and the respect and the care for that is like such a cool thing.
At Comic-Con, we had somebody on who had a comic about the 27 Club, and so they were talking about Kurt Cobain. I say, unfortunately, we're trying to draw a positive out of all of it. And I said the one positive that Kurt Cobain left behind, in my mind, other than his daughter, of course, is absolutely Dave Grohl. And by Kurt not being here, I think Dave got to shine because he wasn't sitting in the back banging on some drums.
And who knew, right? Who knew that he had all that in him? Who knew he was willing to go around on stage with a broken leg and have a wheelchair going all the way?
And give us, as music fans, give back to us in such a way, and to other rock stars. All right, so it goes from this to, how much is this, by the way?
This is $249.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, and you can buy it at Amazon.com.
Reasonable.
We're trying to,
Grain audio.
Yeah, yes, grain audio. And, the point is to do something fair value, right?
How long does it last on a battery charge?
It's, we say 8 hours. I mean, we've gotten it up to 10, 12, but at full blast, you can listen to 8 hours straight.
I'm full blast because I'm practically deaf.
There you go.
And that's a line in.
Line in.
Okay.
Yep, line in and USB charging. So it's
very
a rechargeable battery.
Okay, cool.
And then, and then we've got these over-ear headphones. Again, solid wood cup.
Now, what's the deal with wood? Why did you decide wood? Does that give you better sound, or is
Yes.
just the design?
It's two things. I mean, it's, you know, from a sound perspective, you're and a resonance that you wouldn't.
I'm sorry,
you
were
wouldn't
you
get.
saying something? I couldn't hear you.
Well, that's it, exactly. But you're getting a warmth and a resonance that you're not going to get from a piece of plastic,
Yeah.
right? Wood actually absorbs some of the wood, so that absorb some of the sound. So versus it bouncing all over the place and canceling each other out, you're actually getting a truer sound.
They're very nice.
And it's also, you know, it's good to touch and it's good to feel. There you go, get them on
perfectly
there.
on the Love and Learn
There
Bear.
it is,
How
there
about
it
that?
is.
Let's give them
Yeah.
some tunes.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, just out of curiosity, they're very comfortable. I like the nice ear pads in
Thank
the
you.
top part. How do you travel with them? Because a lot of the earphones today, they fold.
Right, so ours come with a travel case. You,
Okay.
you get a travel bag
Okay.
with them.
And
you
is
can stick
it
them in there.
better not to fold it because you can get better sound out of it?
You know, we made the decision not to because that's another moving part that gives it an
Sure.
opportunity to break. You
That's
know,
good
and so
thinking.
we didn't want to do that. You know,
Yeah.
we've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of people like, oh, you know, I've had to buy 5 and 6 pairs of headphones, you know, because this piece broke or that
Sure.
piece broke, and you know, our intent is like, you know, you're going to have these for 10 years. You're not going to have them for 2 months.
Right, you don't want people to buy new headphones.
It's not disposable.
So
Yeah.
It's a good business plan.
Well,
No,
you know,
I'm just kidding.
We'll come out with other headphones.
No, but you
just
want it to
different
be,
headphones.
I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
That's good. You want it to be durable. Okay, and then you've got earbuds as well.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We
And
make
these are wood as well.
These are. It's a solid wood chamber, and
Yeah.
so, again, you know, same philosophy. Solid wood, open to the acoustic chamber. It gives you a warmth, and they're really comfortable.
Now
And
these are
also
good for like running around the city and stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, these are better for your ears probably. I mean, there's never been a conclusive study. I hear all sorts of mixed reviews, but in your ears isn't the best, right?
No, you know what? I'm an earbud guy,
Are you?
and I use these a lot. But I've actually, because of what you said, you know, you give yourself a little room to breathe.
Right, sure.
You know, I do the same with the over-ear
Very
headphones. So
cool.
now, like when I'm sitting at my desk or on a plane, I'll use the over-ears. But right, day to
Sure.
day, commuting, you know, traveling around, riding on a subway, whatever it is, I'll go earbuds.
Grain Audio is the site, grainaudio.com?
GrainAudio.com.
Grainaudio.com, very cool. This, by the way, is the Love and Learn Bear.
I
It's
love the
cool.
Love
You
and Learn
travel
Bear.
a lot?
I travel a fair bit.
You have any kids?
I have 3 kids.
Give them the Love and Learn Bear. You can record a little message for them, a lot of messages, and they can play it and be, you know, Dad can tell
cool.
them to brush their teeth or you're doing a great job. And one step further that I love about the Love and Learn Bear is that you can put an SD card in, because I travel a lot. I use
Right.
this for my son, Jack. And you can put an SD card in, and then he can learn Chinese or Russian. And when I get up to the International Space Station to do interviews one day,
There you go.
he can be in my ear and tell me how to speak. Or he can order Chinese food when I'm on my way home.
Even more important,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
that's awesome. That's a
I'll be
very
like,
cool thing.
look, I'm in Brooklyn. I need the dim sum.
Yeah, we might have to. Right there, you go. We might
That's
have to. You know, we might have to get a couple of those for the
You
kids.
got to
now.
get the Love and
I
Learn
think that's
Bears.
a plan.
Would you like a Love and Learn Bear?
I would love a Love and
Let's
Learn
give
Bear.
him a Love and Learn Bear.
Awesome.
Let's make that happen. Adam, toss me a Love and Learn Bear real quick. Toss me one. Oh, look at that. Mitch is getting a Love and Learn Bear.
Look at
That
that.
is for you.
Love and
Your
Learn.
kids are going to be very happy.
You
You're
just
going
made
home.
3 small children very happy.
What are their names?
Sam, Locke, and Lulu.
Oh, awesome. Grain Audio, grainaudio.com.
Michael.
He's Mitch. I'm Michael. This is the Michael Archer Show. Special edition at Get Geeked in Brooklyn. We'll be back right after this with a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere.